Yerushalayim u'bnei Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh b'mheira u'bnei Yerushalayim u'bnei Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh b'mheira Ir HaKodesh b'mheira Yavameinu Ir HaKodesh b'mheira v'yameinu u'bnei Yerushalayim u'bnei Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh b'mheira u'bnei Yerushalayim u'bnei Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh b'mheira Ir HaKodesh b'mheira v'yameinu Ir HaKodesh b'mheira v'yameinu Dee-da-dum-dee-dum-dee-dee-da-dee-da-dum-dee-dee-da-dee-da Ay-da-dum-dee-dee-dee-dee-da Ay-da-dum-dum-dee-dum-dee-da Oh-da-dum-dum-dee-dum-dee-da Ay-da-dum-dee-dee-dee-dee Ir HaKodesh b'mheira v'yameinu Ir HaKodesh b'mheira v'yameinu. So we did 192, 193 yesterday, right? And we're on 194. And still needs to clarify, or he didn't say anything yet about how come that it's from Yaakov and on that all the children are Jewish, right? Whereas Yitzchak and Yishmael, they went separate. Yaakov and Esau went separate, but from Yaakov and on, this called, and you'll see in this forum, it's referred to as Mitosei Shlomo. His bed is complete. So then he said, so he raised the question, why is it after from Yaakov that the connection with being a Jew doesn't stop? Then he said that the Chachamim referred to Gava, haughtiness, as a disease, as an illness. And why? Remember? Why did he refer to Gaiva as an illness? So the Baal Gaiva, right? The haughty person feels himself. So he said, when do you feel your teeth?
When they hurt.
When they hurt, right? When do you feel your kishkis? When it's hurting, right? So the haughty person, why is he feeling himself? Is because something's wrong, right? As a matter of fact, we've mentioned this before. This is I've been told, I never saw it myself in print, but there's this documented story about this elderly woman was walking with her adult son, and supposedly it's reported in the New England Journal of Medicine. And he got knocked down by a car and trapped under the car. And she actually lifted the front end of the car, and he was able to get out. Now, how can a human being possibly do something like that? And, well, obviously, at that moment, she was totally unaware of herself. She was only aware of one thing. I want to save my son. Right? And the human being has tremendous koyach if you just stop thinking about yourself and you stop thinking about what I can do, what I can't do, what I, and so on. As soon as you start thinking in terms of, oh, I can't do that, I can't do that, then you end up, you just move your chair a little bit more this way so that although it's good exercise for my neck, but...
No, I want to do it. I want to trying to do. How's that?
Good, very good.
Okay, do you want me to sit here?
As you wish. It's okay. Either way, you'll have more light like that. So we were just doing a bit of review from yesterday, right? And Reb Shlomo was saying is that the Gemara says that Ga'ava, haughtiness, is an illness. And the way he explained it was that a healthy person doesn't feel his existence. Just like you don't feel your teeth when they're all well. It's only when there's something wrong that you begin to feel your teeth. Drink? You want to drink? No. So somebody who's haughty and is always just thinking about himself, that means like, what's wrong with you? Why are you thinking about yourself so much? Right? Okay. Then he was also just telling, remember I told the story yesterday about the Rebbe Zusha, remember the story? About going to the wedding, remember? And the rabbi of the city comes late to the wedding and lo and behold, Reb Zusha is sitting at the head table, remember?
Yes.
So, we're on page 194. Nishika be'inayim atzumot. This is one of Reb Shlomo's often spoken about teachings. He says, V'kan, ani rotze l'shatef etchem b'mashu amok mod. I want to share something very deep with you. Madua otzmim et ha'inayim k'shemenashkim mishu. Why do people shut their eyes when they're kissing someone? Right? את הנקודה התחתונה אפשר לראות. את הנקודה העליונה אי אפשר לראות. So the person's lower point, 194, the way the person's connected with this world, you can see that. But the way a person's connected with the supernal world, it's not something that you can see. So לכן, therefore, אני אומר, אני אוהב אותך כל כך, I love you so much. אנחנו קשורים למעלה, we're connected above. גוואלת אנחנו קשורים למעלה. So the closing of the eyes, right, it's like you're connecting with something in that, when you're kissing someone and you close your eyes, it's because you're connecting with them, that aspect of their being which is not actually visible. Similar to like when you're saying Shema Yisrael, right? We shut our eyes. Why do we shut our eyes when we say Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad? Why don't we keep our eyes open? Because it's easier to see or visualize the oneness and the unity of everything if your eyes are shut. But if your eyes are open and you see this item and that item and that item and that item, so you see a world of multiplicity. So similarly, when you kiss someone, you're connecting with them on a much higher level, which is not visible to the naked eye. Then he says, "Ein baya lenashek yiladim ktanim." Nobody has trouble kissing a small child. Why? Mipnei shehem kshurim im lemala. Because little children are still very, very much connected with above.
Can you just tell me where we are?
Yeah. Please. Second paragraph. Ein baya lenashek yiladim ktanim.
Oh.
Okay. We don't have any trouble kissing little children. Why? Because mikevan shehem kshurim im lemala. Because they're so connected above. So, but when it comes to an adult, right, who's not so connected above anymore, right? So it's harder to kiss them, right? And I know that in certain cultures, the customary greeting when you meet someone is, like, you kiss each other on the cheek and so on, depending which country. Some do one kiss and do both sides of the cheek and so on. But it's a very nice thing, but it's not necessarily all that meaningful. It's just sort of like people will do it whether they like you or whether they don't like you and so on. You know, it's the polite thing to do in that culture, right? So he says, Gewaltim Kshurim, children are so connected, until they spend enough time in school, which destroys their connection. The Kanani Rotseshet, they do it Omeka Makim, so I want you to know the depth, the deepest depths. And the Shikah Rishona, Hamuskeret, but Torah, the first time a kiss is mentioned in the Torah, he Yitzchak Amar li Yaakov, when Yitzchak said to Yaakov, Gisha Elai Ushikali Bini, come close and kiss me, my son. And there's a general thing that is, the Reb Tzadok Cohen speaks about it, and other commentators. They say that the first time that something shows up in the Torah, that's the headquarters of such a thing. So the first time that we see a kiss showing up in the Torah is Yitzchak telling Yaakov, come closer so that you can give me a kiss.
I've never noticed that. Where is that exactly?
Where is that verse?
Yeah, I mean, where does it tells you here, but what is the incident?
It's when, before Yitzchak dies, he wants to give Esav a blessing, and then Yaakov goes in, right? Okay, so he says, Yaakov nisheket Yitzchak. So Yaakov kissed Yitzchak. That was the first kiss in the Torah. Ma Yitzchak ra'a kashi Yaakov nishko. So what did Yitzchak see when Yaakov kissed him? Katuv, it says, Re'ei reach beni kereach sadeh. Behold or see that the fragrance of my son is like the fragrance of the field. Omer HaZohar HaKadosh, says the Holy Zohar, Yitzchak haya iver kan lamata. Yitzchak was blind in this world. Aval lemala, but on the supernal realm, hu ra'a barur, he had clear vision. Gewalt hu ra'a barur, he really had very clear vision. Yitzchak amar li Yaakov, re'ei, Yitzchak says to his son, re'ei, which means histakel kan, look over here. Re'ach beni, the fragrance of my son. Al tikrei beni ela banai. Don't read it only as the fragrance of this one son, but read it as the fragrance of all my descendants. Klomar, meaning to say, Ani meriach et reach beit hamikdash shel banai. I'm smelling the fragrance of my children's holy temple. Kireach hasadeh, which is like the fragrance of the field. And what is that? K'moshe ne'emar, as it says, Sion sadeh techaresh. Sion is compared with the field that is plowed. Klomar, meaning to say, hold on. כריח שדה, כמו שנאמר ציון במשפט שדה תחרש, כלומר, ראו את חורבן בית המקדש. It means we're saying to Hashem, please pay attention to the fact that our Beit HaMikdash is destroyed. ואז נאמר, אשר ברכו Hashem, and it says, the fragrance of my son is like the fragrance of the field with which Hashem has blessed him. Meir HaZohar HaKadosh says the Holy Zohar, Yishchak ra'ah et Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi kemo שנאמר, יברכך השם מציון. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, so Yitzchak is already smelling the fragrance of the Beit HaMikdash when Yaakov is approaching him. Please give me 1 minute. Excuse me.
Sure. Okay, I'm coming.
I did something I haven't done in 30 years.
What?
I put up shelves. My daughter in her classroom, drilling into concrete. You know my daughter.
Ken.
A little bit.
And what did she do?
She's an art appreciation teacher.
Ah, okay.
So I may have shared with you that Reb Shlomo once said that the difference with the fragrance is the sense with which you can smell what's going on elsewhere. And we're sitting over here in this room, and you can smell what's cooking in the kitchen, right? Reb Shlomo said, when he meets a Jew who's not keeping Shabbos yet, you can already smell the fragrance of this man's first Shabbos.
You can also smell.
He can already smell the fragrance of this person's first Shabbos.
For Shabbos.
First Shabbos.
Oh, first Shabbos.
What is this?
He rarely told us what he's capable of doing. And that's an amazing thing. To be able to, like for example, in therapy, whether your own therapy that you're doing yourself or you're trying to help someone else, if you can see the positive, like a person comes with all these problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very important that the therapist and for sure that the individual should be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. If you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, it's very hard to improve. Okay? So, I mean, this is classic. This is classic stuff, right? For example, there was this famous little study that some principal did. He had a new teacher coming into the school, and she was going to teach grade 5. So there were a few kids in the school that, like, from grade 1, 2, 3, 4, they already had a pretty bad reputation. And as a teacher, I can tell you, very often the discussions in teachers' rooms are about, oh, that kid is making me tear my hair out, you know, type of thing, right? So he took this teacher, this new teacher, and he told her, I want you to know, these 4 or 5 kids, and he gave the names, they're very special, highly talented kids. And guess what? They did very well. They did very well. Right? So when you have an expectation of something negative, this is Reb Nachman's teaching of Azamra, right? Whatever you focus on, that's what happens. So if you have a negative expectation, if you're focusing on the negative, then you're making the person be stuck in the negative, you know? If you focus on the positive, right? Like today's Rosh Chodesh Av. You know whose Yortzeit it is today? It was mentioned in last week's parsha. The only person whose Yortzeit is actually mentioned in the Torah. It tells you specifically that he died on Rosh Chodesh Av.
Is that Aaron?
Correct. Aaron HaKohen. The only one that the Torah actually mentions the date that he passed away. What was the great thing about Aaron HaKohen? Is like we've learned this already a couple of times. So when a Jew was coming to him with a sin offering, he didn't see this guy as a sinner. He saw this person as a beautiful neshama who's coming back to a Kodesh Baruch Hu. If you don't, you know, that's why people like to go to tzaddikim, to tzadkaniyot. Why do you like to be with certain, you know, holy people? Because they see your neshama, and they see your nekudat tavot, and that arouses you in a positive way, right?
Is there a difference between that and giving someone self-fulfilling?
And again,
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
well,
It's similar.
yes, it is definitely similar. Okay, so if you have if a person is in a problem situation, but he can sort of have a vision of where he'd like to be in a month from now. You know, if he can, or a person comes in and he's you know, stooped over and not feeling well and so on. If that person can visualize himself as being healthy, it goes very, very far in helping this person actually get better. But if the person that visualizes himself as constantly being sick, it's not a good idea, right? So here we're saying that, so Yaakov is the first time that someone kisses somebody in the Torah, is that he kisses his father Yitzchak. And what does his father say? His father says, see, re'ei, re'ach b'ni kere'ach sadeh. that the fragrance of my son is like the fragrance of the field. And what has seeing got to do with fragrance? Right? So that's why the Zohar says that despite the fact that Yitzchak was blind at that time, but that was only in this world. But with his higher state, he really was able to see very clearly. So Yitzchak Amar li Yaakov, so Yitzchak says to Yaakov, we're the second half of the page, okay? Third line there. Re'eh, histakel kan, look over here, says Yitzchak. Re'ach b'ni. So al tikrei b'ni, don't, so the Zohar says, don't read only, you have the place?
Yeah.
You have it, yeah?
Yes, I have.
So the Zohar says, al tikrei b'ni ela banai. Now, in the Talmud, you have, every so often you'll find, it says, al tikrei, don't read the word as is, read it differently. For example, you're familiar with the phrase, Ve'ein tzur ke'elokeinu. Right? There's no, which means there's no rock like our God, right? So the Gemara says, don't read only Ve'ein tzur ke'elokeinu. Don't read only that there's no rock like God. Read the same word also as tzayar. There's no artist like God. Okay? There's no artist like God. You understand what's being said over here is that don't read it only this way, read it also this way. Okay? So over here, the Zohar says, don't read only, I see the fragrance of my son is like the fragrance of the field, but read it also as Banai, all my children, all my descendants. Kireach Sadeh is like the fragrance of the field. As it says, Tzion Tzadeh Ticharesh. It's a verse in Eicha, in Yirmiyahu, that Tzion is going to be plowed like a field. So what did he see? Klumar Re'ei et Churban Beit HaMikdash. He saw, Ra'ah et Churban Beit HaMikdash, Yitzchak saw the destruction of the temple. In other words, when Yaakov approached him and he gave him a kiss, like the gates opened up for Yitzchak to see the whole future of the Jewish people. So when Yirmiyahu says that that Sion was going to be plowed, Sion is Yerushalayim, would be plowed like a field, right? It means that's what they did when they destroyed the Beit HaMikdash. V'az ne'emar, and then it says Asher berachu Hashem, that God blessed him. He's saying that to Yaakov. The Meir Zohar HaKadosh, so the Holy Zohar says, Yitzchak ra'ah Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi. Not only did he see the first and second temples that were destroyed, he also saw the third one, an everlasting temple. Shneimar Yivarechecha Hashem Mitzion. Hashem shall bless you from Zion. These are milim nisgavot. These are awesome words. So let's see what Reb Shlomo is going to do with this. Page 195. Akshivu li chaverim. Listen, my friends. הפעם הראשונה שבה מישהו ראה את בית המקדש הייתה כשבנו נשקו. Thank you. The first time that someone saw the Beit HaMikdash took place when his son kissed him. How do you like that? Right? מדוע הנשיקה הראשונה הייתה נשיקה של יעקב לאדם עיוור? So why was the first kiss in the Torah that of Yaakov kissing a blind person? אני רוצה לומר את עומק העומקים, I want to give the deepest answer. בכל פעם שאני מנשק את הילדים שלי ואני עוצם את העיניים, every time I kiss my children and I shut my eyes, אני מתקשר לנשיקתו של יעקב ליצחק, שלא היה יכול לראות. I'm connecting my kiss to the kiss that Yaakov gave to his father Yitzchak, who was no longer able to see. Gewalt, הוא היה יכול לראות. Gewalt, he was really able to see. Gewalt, הוא ראה, יישא. כשאני עוצם את העיניים, when I'm shutting my eyes, אני אומר, ריבונו של עולם, saying, Master of the world, תן לי לראות איך אני מקושר עם האדם הזה למעלה. The shutting of the eyes basically signifying this, Hashem, I don't want to look at it superficially, I want to see how I'm connected with this person למעלה, in this eternal realm. הקשיבו עכשיו, אני חוזר להתחלה. So now I'm going back to the beginning. מדוע יעקב לא בחן את רחל? So we started this lesson with Reb Shlomo asking the question, how come Yaakov didn't test Rachel to see if she was on the level to be his wife? And the answer is, כי יעקב הוא אדון קשרים. Yaakov was the master of connections. כשיעקב ראה את רחל, הוא אמר, Yaakov saw Rachel, he said to himself anyway, he says, Yaakov, what's the verse?
Four paragraphs in the bottom, the middle paragraph.
And I'm saying, what's the...
4:4.
Okay, again. הקשיבו עכשיו, אני חוזר להתחלה, מדוע יעקב לא בחן את רחל? Why didn't Yaakov test רחל? כי יעקב הוא אדון הקשרים, Yaakov is the master of connections. כשיעקב ראה את רחל, ויעקב saw רחל, הוא אמר, he said, לא אכפת לי אם את מתאימה לי או לא. I don't care if you are suitable for me or not. לא אכפת לי אם את טובה או לא. I don't care if you're good or bad. כי גוואלת אני קשור. I just know that I'm connected with you. I know that I'm connected with you. Okay? מה יעקב עשה לרחל? What did Yaakov do right away? נשיקה. נשקה, he kissed her. ומדוע הוא בכה? And why was he crying? כי הוא ראה שבית המקדש יחרב. Because he saw that the Beit HaMikdash was going to be destroyed.
Maybe he saw that she was going to die first.
Shoalim Kulam, Rashi says that. Shoalim Kulam, so everybody asks, which is basically the same idea. Shoalim Kulam, Madua Dafka Achshav Tzarich Tivkod al Beit HaMikdash. Everybody's asking, why are you now, the Beit HaMikdash hasn't even been built yet, so you're already crying about its destruction? Al Zehu Bacha, this is why he cried. גוואלת אנחנו קשורים ביום אחד קודש הקודשים בקשר בני ישראל עם השם יחרב. We're so connected, and I'm aware that there's going to be a day where the Eden, where the connection between the Jews and God is going to be destroyed. איך אפשר לסבול דבר כזה? How can you tolerate something like that? ועכשיו הקשיבו. יעקב פגש את רחל. So יעקב ניסרחל. היא הייתה היהודייה הראשונה שפגש. She's the first Jewish person that he's meeting outside his family. אחרי שקיבל נשיקה מיצחק. She's the first Jewish person that he meets after he got the kiss from Yitzchak. שהרי אחרי הברכות הוא ברח, because right after getting the blessings he had to escape. הזוהר הקדוש אומר, we're on page 196, second line, the Holy Zohar says שיצחק נתן את הברכות ליעקב בליל שבת, but Yitzchak gave the ברכות to Yaakov on Friday night. איך לא, how could it be otherwise? Zahaya Leila Seder, it was the night of the Seder.
That was when I was
Ze HaSeder, the whole, Ze HaSeder, ובזמן סעודה שלישית, at the time of third meal, זה היה ליל הסדר, it was the night of the Seder, ליל Shabbat, was Friday night, okay? Yaakov barach למחרת, and Yaakov escaped the next day, בזמן סעודת שלישית, and in fact, at the time of Shalashudis, when we have Shalashudis, Zmano Shel Yaakov, that's the time of Yaakov. Friday night is the time of Avram, Shabbos morning is the time of Yitzchak, and Seudah Shlishi is the time of Yaakov. And what happens is he had his dream then. Right? So, when he was said, they do Mashur is Gab. So I want you to know something else. Eliphaz, the son of Esav, Pagash et Yaakov v'lakach mimeno et hakol. He met Yaakov and he took everything away from him. Kayadua, as is known. Eliphaz היה תלמיד של יעקב וגם ben shel Esav. Eliphaz was a student of Yaakov and he was also the son of Esav. Who אמר ליעקב, and he said to Yaakov, אני לא יודע מה לעשות, I don't know what to do. אבי אמר לי להרוג אותך, my father commanded me to kill you. אבל איך אהרוג את הרבי שלי? How can I kill my Rebbe? אמר לו יעקב, so Yaakov said, קח את כספי, take all my money. שהרי הגמרא אומרת, because the Gemara says, אני חשוב כמת, that a poor man is considered as if he's not alive. Okay? ותוכל לומר לאביך שהרגתי אותו. That way you'll be able to tell your father that way you'll be able to, what do you call it? Sorry, I just lost the place. You'll be able to tell your father that you killed me because the Gemara says that a poor man is considered like dead. Right? Al af shelo harakta, even though you didn't actually kill me. So Eliphaz lakach mi Yaakov et hakol. So Eliphaz took everything away from Yaakov. Eshal sheila tipshit. So let me ask a stupid question. Ma Yaakov achal l'sudat Malav Malki. What did he eat for Malav Malki? For the feast of David? Hu lo achal? You want to tell me he didn't eat something? I want to say something awesome. Maybe it's not correct. When Yaakov met Rachel, she gave him something to eat. She gave him the feast of accompanying the queen, the Shabbos queen, when it leaves. Sudat David Malki Mashiach, the meal of King David, the Messiah. גוואלד, רחל היא עקרת הבית, רחל דואגת לאוכל של יעקב. Rachel is like the one who's worrying about taking care of Yaakov. אני רוצה לומר משהו לא יאומן, so I want to say something amazing, unbelievable. רחל הייתה המושלמת ביותר בבחינה נקודת עליונה ונקודת תחתונה. Rachel was the most complete, perfected person in terms of connection above and connection below. Zohi Rachel. Esel Rachel halamala v'halamata hayu b'seder. By Rachel, her higher point and her lower point, they were in harmony. Everything was fine. כשיעקב פגש את רחל, הוא היה קשור אליה למעלה. When Yaakov met Rachel, he was connected to her on the supernal level. And he said to her, "Boy, so let's get married so that we can be connected to each other in this physical world too." So, V'amar, yeah, Ma Rachel asta, so what did she do? She gave up her physical bond, her worldly bond with Yaakov, for the sake of Leah. Right? You familiar with the story?
Yes, when she told him to go with Yaakov.
When she told Leah all the secrets that they had arranged between themselves, right? Okay, so Leah, that's an amazing thing. As far as she was aware at that point, she had no guarantee that she was ever going to get married to Yaakov. So Leah, page 197, Leah החזירה לה את הברכה שמבניה יהיה המשיח בן יוסף, אשר יחבר שוב את בני ישראל למעלה. So Leah gave the bracha that the brachos children, there will be among them Mashiach, the son of Yosef, who's going to be bringing the Eden back to their connection with Hashem. Leah hi em Mashiach. Leah is the mother of the Messiah. Rachel masra לה את הסימנים. That's why Rachel gave her the signs. Rachel yada sheleah hi em Mashiach. Rachel knew that Leah is the mother of the Mashiach, the matriarch. Ma'ayin Mashiach. What's Mashiach all about? Mashiach inyano lemata. Mamash. Mashiach is all about this world. Aval lo lemata b'li lemala, but not just below without being connected above. Ela Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi, but rather the third Beit HaMikdash, Shubo HaLemala VaLemata Hem Echad. The Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi, the up and the down, it's all the same world that we live in. There's no separation. Kvar in the Mala, Kvar in the Mata. Right? So Mashiach is very much connected with this world, but not just with this world, it's this world and the supernal world together. V'chi ligabei Hashem yesh mala v'mata. In relation to God, can you say up and down? No. Right? God is here, God is there, up. God is everywhere, right? The same. Right? Up, down, all around, and so on, right? So when you're connected above and you're connected below, there really is no longer a separation between up and down. Right? So Rak Etzlenu yesh ma'ala v'mata. It's only by us that we speak about above and below. Aval b'darga ha'elokit ha'gvura biyoter, the highest spiritual level, ma lemala ma lemata, what's above, what's below, it's all one. I don't want to say anything bad, but how do you know who is a chiloni? Meaning to say who's living like a secular Jew. ראיתם אנשים שלומדים תלמוד? You ever see people studying Gemara? אני הסתכלתי בהם, I've observed them. כי הרי בשבילם זה, so what happened? הרי הם לא מנשקים את הגמרא. They're not kissing the Gemara. כי הרי בשבילם זה ספר של college. Because a lot of people, when they're learning Gemara, they don't give it a kiss. For them, it's like another book, like a college text. They don't kiss the Gemara because it's a subject, Talmud. Talmud the Mitzkatmim, advanced Talmud. Ein et kesher doesn't have the connection. They don't have the connection. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Okay, let's go on.
It's not the connection with the Mala.
So they don't have the connection with the Lamala, right? Lifnei HaTalmud, Acharei HaTalmud, Ein et HaKesher Shel Mala. They don't have the higher connection. What I wanted to tell you was, okay, so Shlomo goes down and he says, כשאנחנו לומדים, when we're learning, Gewalt, אנחנו מנשקים, we kiss the book. מה אנחנו מנשקים? What are we kissing? את הדף ששום דבר לא כתוב עליו. We're kissing the page that has nothing written on it. אנחנו מנשקים את הכריכה. We're kissing the binding. מה זו כריכה? So what is binding? הכריכה היא הקשר העמוק ביותר. The binding is what keeps it all together, it's the connection. הישבצר אומר, הישבצר הקדוש שבית יעקב למד כל לילה. This is the story I wanted to tell you. The story is that the Ishbitzer would give a shir every night. Misha 12 עד שעה 4. He would give a shir every night from 12 o'clock at night to 4 o'clock in the morning, a shir in Talmud. במשך 20 שנה. He did this for 20 years. הוא למד גמרא עם חסידיו, he would learn Gemara with his חסידים, ואחד מהם כתב, and one of them wrote, שהלימוד היה גבוה ביותר, that the learning was on a very, very high level. ומה היה השיא, and what was the apex, the peak of it all? So he says the peak of it all was, השיא לא היה רק כשרבי הקדוש נשק את הגמרא. He says when the rabbi kissed the Gemara, לאחר שסיים ללמוד, after he finished giving his shir, זה היה כל כך קדוש, it was so holy. אפשר לדעת את הגמרא. One can know the Gemara, אבל הקשר, the connection, that's already something very, very deep. כל כך עמוק. So what was all this about? Right? So he spoke about the kisses. He spoke about kissing with your eyes closed. Because basically when you're kissing someone, you're trying to connect with their lamala, with their above. Right? And when you're really connected, so then the above and the below are unified. Right? And when Yaakov met Rachel, he also cried. Why did he cry? Because he saw the destruction of the temple. Right? Okay. So then he went on to say that what's Mashiach all about? Mashiach is very worldly. But not just worldly alone, but worldly connected with the Lamana. Okay, questions, comments? Everybody's backed up from the heat. Look at you. You're Mr. He-Man, and you're sitting there like backed up from the heat. Yeah.
I'm interested to know what's going to be tomorrow because I see the next chapter says Ben Mashiach, Ben Yosef, Ben Mashiach, Ben David. And it talks about that Mashiach Ben Yosef is the one that's going to connect us.
Well, we're going to learn it tomorrow, but there's Mashiach Ben Yosef. He comes before Mashiach Ben David.
So he says the Mashiach Ben Yosef connects.
Brings the Eden back to Hashem, right?
The Mala. So then what's Mashiach Ben?
Mashiach Ben David is the one that's going to bring about the ultimate redemption after the wars and everything. Mashiach Ben Yosef is going to fight. Is going to lead us in battle. There's a book over there all about Mashiach. You see it? And the first,
Mashiach who, what, why, how,
yeah,
where, when. That one?
yeah. If you have time, you can sit and look up some information.
So,
Okay, so the somebody sent me a little video today of from one of the patrol security guys. I don't know which town, maybe Efrat or whatever, or whatever. And he's driving around and he says it's Shabbos now.
It was in a frat, though, it happened yesterday in a frat. There was a shutdown at.
No, but this is the night of the stabbing that took place. And he says it's Shabbos, and I wouldn't be filming this now, and I wouldn't be sending it out on Shabbos. But he says you have to know this. He says the world doesn't realize there isn't a single village, town that the Arabs are living in where they have patrols at night to protect them from Jews who might come and attack them. But here we are in Eretz Yisrael, and he says, I'm driving around armed to the hilt in the middle of the night, and we have volunteers doing this every night. Why? Because we have to protect ourselves from savages who come and stab people in the middle of the night. He says the world doesn't realize, they don't get this. They all they that you get reported, like they reported on Shabbos, 3 Palestinians were killed and three Jews were killed. But no.
it's very interesting you mentioned this, because this is what I was thinking about just before you started the subject. I was thinking, I would like to write to my readers.
We're online, by the way.
Well, I'd like to write to my readers something about this, because I think there's a lot of misinformation that's going out.
Everybody.
And I'm not sure if they want to know.
You're right.
I'm not sure they want to. Even if you tell them,
there's
facts, I don't know if they care.
There's what do you call it? You know, there's the memory, the honest reporting,
yeah.
And they're always watching on these things and so on. Anyway, so but still, people have to know the reality. So, in any case, today's Rosh Chodesh, and we believe, right, that like Yitzchak already smelled the fragrance of the third Beis Hamikdash. We believe that Mashiach is going to come, and let it be now, let it be very soon, sooner than that, even now. And Shibona Beis Hamikdash b'meira v'yameinu. But like, you know, how much more suffering do we have to go through till it's going to finally happen? And it's you know, if anything like this would have happened in anywhere else in the world, people rioting because we put magnet detectors at the entrance of the temple, of the mosque, and before there were these meters, before these magnet detectors were there. Oh, you have an appointment, right? For 2 o'clock, you said.
Yeah, what's the time?
It's 1:35. Yeah, and before we had those meters, there were no murders happening on Friday night. In Tammuz and other places like that, and so on. What was the excuse then? So it's not. It's all like, you know, like it's a hype, and then they make it like, you know, like a big lie. And in France, there are people. The French are afraid to confront them. There are parts of Paris where the police won't even go into. You know, they're
scared for their animals.
Huh? They're scared for their own lives. Last week I saw Reb Shlomo posted a footage of this Arab mob attacking and burning police cars in Paris. You know. Anyway, so if you want to know what could you do, whoever's listening in, live the loving Yiddishkeit that we're supposed to be living, and keep on thinking positive and keep on davening. And the Lubavitch Rebbe used to make during the 9 days. He had a number of campaigns going. One in particular, the Novi says, Sion b'mishpat tipadeh b'shaveha b'tzedakah. Sion will be redeemed with justice, and her captives will be redeemed through tzedakah. Sion b'mishpat tipadeh b'shaveha. So giving a lot of tzedakah during these days is the Lubavitch Rebbe used to push that tremendously. So we should be blessed to hear good news quickly. We should have the Geula Shlema quickly, and we should start living like the redemption has already happened.
Right.
Okay, so tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow's going to be the last class till I come back. I'm going to be leaving Thursday morning. You want to give me a ride to the airport on your bike with my suitcase? Anyway, I'm going to be leaving early